Hi guys, we are here with WBA champion Mario Barrios. Mario, it's great to see you. Obviously, we're living a difficult situation around the world with COVID-19. I'd like to get, you know, your comments on how you've been dealing with this. I mean, one thing that I did see recently is I saw that you were helping out your community of San Antonio during this difficult time, and you were passing out and helping out. Can you talk to me a little bit more about that, and then just in general how this situation has been for you?
Yeah, I mean, like all the other boxers right now, I think we're just trying to deal with, just trying to keep our schedules. I mean, how it was before, just trying to stay busy, trying to do whatever we can as far as working out. Once the gyms closed, it made things difficult. But as supposedly, things are supposed to be opening back up.
Yeah.
And I mean, aside from just trying to do what I can, in the meantime, um, me and this other company, David's Entertainment, we're taking meals to the first responders here in San Antonio. So we're taking them breakfast, some coffee, and just to show like our appreciation, for all the sacrifices that they've been making, during the whole quarantine.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's very kind of you. I love seeing, obviously, well, not just fighters, but everyone in general coming together and helping out others during this time. I know in just a few days, it'll be your birthday. You're going to be one of those few people who have to celebrate
Yeah.
a quarantine birthday in a sense. Do you have anything special in mind?
No, not at all. I mean, the past couple holidays, me and my family, we've just been here at the house. We just celebrated Mother's Day this past weekend. We just had friends and a small group of friends over, and I mean that's most likely what's gonna happen for my birthday as well.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that you get to celebrate another birthday and be with family and all that good stuff. Because once we are able to get outside, it'll be back to business, back to our 100% work. Um, let's go back a little. A few months ago, when you became champion, obviously you got the victory over Akhmedov by unanimous decision at Staples Center under the Spence Porter card. There was talks about doing an immediate rematch. Is that still the case for you next whenever boxing comes back?
That's what we had wanted, but I think an agreement happened with both teams that we're supposed to have, I guess an in-between fight. So I mean, I'm looking, I want to defend the title, of course, and then hopefully, we can, get the rematch situated.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very open, to having an immediate rematch. I feel, Akhmedov, he deserved it. I feel we give everybody, in the boxing world, uh, a very interesting fight. So it's something that I still want as well.
If uh, obviously, if you do another fight and eventually do a rematch, but putting those fights aside, looking into a bit more in the future, there's obviously more champions. Do you think about unification? But at the same time, the fact that the other champions in Jose Ramirez and in Josh Taylor, they are with Top Rank, and sometimes politics gets in the way. Do you think you would ever get a shot at a unification fight with either of them?
I could only hope so. That's what I've been saying. People have been asking me, what do I want next? And of course, just being a fighter, I want to fight the best, which means I want to fight the champions. I want
Yeah.
to continue to dominate in my division, and so I would like to fight one of them, very soon. I would hope, our promotional teams, could make it happen.
Yeah.
But for the meantime, I want to get that defense, and we're gonna focus on that, and then the rematch, and then hopefully after that, there won't be any. I mean, they're gonna have to fight me.
Okay. All right. And there was a fight that got postponed, obviously, with this whole situation with between the former champs of Regis Prograis and Maurice Hooker. Um, would a fight against the winner of them or either of them make sense for you down the line?
Yeah, very much. I mean, both of them, they're still up there. They're still top contenders, and just because they have the one loss on their records, that doesn't take away from the fighters that they are and everything they have accomplished. I mean, so even a fight with them, I mean, I've said it before. I want to give the boxing fans, the best fights in the sport, and that's fighting, the top ones of my division.
Obviously right now you're at 140, but you have the frame to that. It looks like you could perform at 147 comfortably because of your frame. That it might be a little premature to ask, but do you think that's a legitimate move coming in, I don't know, a few years to move up to 147?
Yeah, I mean that move, it might be sooner, even in a couple years.
Okay.
Right now I'm making 140 comfortably, but we're seeing it is a lot harder. My body's holding on to more muscle now, and I think I had maybe 2 or 3 more fights at this weight, before we have no other choice but to move.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you're a big 140. So
Yeah.
well, speaking of big fighters, obviously the heavyweight division, it was on fire. I don't know. This pause is kind of like, okay, well, I guess we're still having a great heavyweight division. Um, are you interested in seeing the trilogy between Fury and Wilder, or would you prefer to see the UK unification between Fury and Anthony Joshua?
I'm very interested in the Fury Joshua, just because overseas, both of those guys, they're the biggest names in the heavyweight division. But I mean, the third fight, with Fury and Wilder, I mean, I think Wilder, he deserves, to have that third fight. I mean, because of what has happened in the first 2 fights. But I mean, again, it's hard to say, with boxing, stuff is always changing. But I mean, I would love to see a third fight with Wilder and Fury.
All right. And how about obviously another fight that's been talked a lot about is between Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, who Teofimo might be a possible opponent if he moves up soon to 140, and you're still there before you move up to 147. But how do you see that fight between them, Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez?
Fimo, he has that explosiveness where he can change the fight at any point. He showed that when he fought Kami, and but I mean Lomachenko, he's one of the best defensive fighters right now in the game. With his movements, his angles, and just his range. So it would be interesting to see how it will play out, just because of, I mean, the styles of each one. I mean, but it's a fight I'm very excited to see.
Yeah. And right now, while you're still at home and you're not training, what do you do? How do you keep yourself entertained when it's not boxing?
Most of the time, I'm just playing the PlayStation, or I mean, my free time, I just I just chill with my dog. He takes up a lot of my time, and but yeah, just trying to stay as busy as possible.
Yeah.
When I'm not here, I try going to trails, running, biking, whatever I can to be out, so I'm not going crazy in the house.
Nice, nice. Well, hopefully this whole pandemic can just kind of lead us into normality soon, because we want to get our boxing back. We want to get out of there, and we want to see you back inside the ring really, really soon. Mario, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. I wish you nothing but the best. Stay healthy, stay ready, and hopefully inside the ring really, really soon.
Of course. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you so much. Take care, all right?
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.